The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Discretion is advised.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, hey, what's up, Todd?
Hey, man, how you doing?
Not great.
Welcome to the program. Should I steal like the John Oliver thing? Welcome. No, I don't have the all right in me today.
Don't ever fake it.
Yeah,
I feel like
I would be faked.
when you feel it, do it.
Right.
When
I
you
don't-
don't, don't.
I don't have it in me today.
That's
per
what she
se.
said.
But I can say welcome to the program, Rare Form Radio, Thursday night here in Burbank. Are we in Burbank?
No.
Tahunga? Is that where we are?
We're in Topanga Canyon,
Tahunga.
coming to you live from
Temescal?
Atlantic
Oh,
City,
boy.
New Jersey. We should just say a different place every
Tipperary?
week. What's that?
It's some fucking place somewhere in the United States. I have no idea.
That sounds like a place that like rich people go for the weekend.
Tipperary. Dan, how are you?
Not today. Not great.
Why? What's going on?
For some reason I have anxiety today.
Really?
A lot of anxiety.
Oh boy.
Is something coming up? Is something going on?
Well,
or?
Going to Mexico this weekend
Right.
with Royal Machines,
Right.
and for some reason I'm nervous about it.
Where in Mexico?
Because you're going to Mexico on my birthday?
Is it really?
Abandoning me?
Oh.
Your sober birthday or your real
no,
birthday?
my real birthday.
That is what's bothering me.
That's it. We just
My heart
we
knew.
just figured it out.
The
yeah.
heart knew.
The heart
Honestly, that's funny. I don't know where I'm going.
Oh, really? Oh, that's the best type
in
of trip.
Mexico.
I know that we're flying for like 4.5 hours,
Oh, okay.
and then we go through. I'm not done.
So you're going deep in there.
yeah,
yeah.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say, yeah.
We're like to the tip. Is that where Cancun is?
No, Cancun's closer.
Okay,
I
well,
believe.
I mean, the tip, there's like a offshoot. Anyway,
Right,
so we
right.
fly for like 4.5, 5 hours, get off, go through customs, collect all of this fucking gear we have,
Mhm.
and then we drive an hour and a half to the hotel
Wow.
Blech.
for that band.
The cool.
No,
I
it's
know.
gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time, but it's a lot of travel.
The cool thing about it is you call it Mexico here, and then when you land, you refer to it as Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
The H.
Are you gonna have any of your people welcome us?
Yeah. Let me set something up.
Some-
Yeah, just
Your,
little.
your mamacita or whatever.
We'll send a few
Appreciate that.
for sure.
Yeah, so I don't know why. I'm getting like, I feel nervous about it. I have anxiety about it. I think I just really want to get back here.
Right.
I
Any
don't
chance
know.
they'll play a cover of La Bamba? Well, no. Right.
That would be honestly,
should,
it would
actually.
be great. Everyone, welcome to our Los Lobos set.
I can do a La Bamba pretty much any time of the day, any time of the night, any day of the week. Richie!
Nice.
It would be great if we're doing like all
What
Selena.
about me? You never gave a damn about me.
What a great
I know.
act. He's such a drunk.
Yeah, he's so fucking great.
Great artist.
When he has like that scene when he's in tears
Yeah.
and like the jealousy is coming out.
Yeah.
It's a really good performance.
Yeah.
This is going to be the La Bamba episode.
Nice. Good.
We never
The
did a
best
Joker
was-
deep dive. Let's do a
Yeah,
La Bamba deep
the
dive.
best was we had him on Dark Matter, and we didn't like ask a La Bamba question because he went into
Dude,
how everything is fucking conspiracy and aliens, and the
Really?
Beatles things is like fucking possession.
I
They
was
were
on
just-
vacation. I was in
Wow.
Maine.
Oh yeah, that's right. You
and I
weren't
was
there.
listening live while my wife was asleep. And my job was, I was like,
This is
fuck?
this is the best
what's
way.
his name?
Isai Morales.
Isai Morales.
A
Were you there?
great, he's fucking
No.
great actor. Here's the best way to describe that episode.
Wild,
No, there's a better way to describe it.
mystical. Okay.
That's the fucking way to describe that episode.
Very good boy.
And it was
Wow.
awesome. And he's a fucking awesome guy too. Like it would just it took a weird turn.
So when
Excuse me, I had a bunch of La Bamba sound bites queued up and this and that. We just never got there.
as a listener, because
man.
when I'm not either here for this show or Dark Matter, and I listen, I'm able to listen as a fan.
Yeah.
And I was super intrigued by that by that dark matter episode, but it was weird as shit. And I can see there was never even a ray of light to get in some La Bamba shit.
No.
Wow. That's a shame.
Do you remember what set him off?
It started before we got on air.
Oh.
Ooh.
He just kind of launched into it when he greeted us hello about religion and conspiracy and aliens.
Let me tell you something.
And all this stuff.
Oh,
And,
jeez.
and, you know, Dave and I just went in, and then he just kept going. So we just let him do it, you know, and it was really interesting shit. And Dave knows a lot about conspiracy and religion and alien, like all the shit he was talking about. So it was cohesive, but it was just out of left field.
Right.
Should we do a service right now? I feel like we should fire Frank from this so him and Isai can have their own show. Oh, no joke, it would be incredible. It would be good.
Oh, my God.
Frank,
Yeah.
you're let go, but you got to keep doing our video stuff.
Okay.
Thank
Gotcha.
you. Thank you.
No worries.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's why.
I don't even know how the fuck we started talking about that just now.
La Bamba, going to Mexico.
Mexico.
Going to
yeah,
Mexico.
yeah.
That's right.
How are you, Frank?
I'm doing all right. Yeah.
One of our
It's-
listeners pointed out that Todd never asks how you're doing.
No, he has.
No, I do.
I thought so too, but
I
someone-
have. But a lot of times
I have.
I have. I'll explain because I know exactly what it is. I know what's happening. It's not that I don't care about
What's
how you're
happening?
doing, Frank. I usually just ask you first is the natural inclination, right? And a lot of times we just keep going. And it's like 15 minutes into the show. Oh, yeah, how are you, Frank? It's just, you know what I
That's
mean?
what I said.
Yeah,
I said,
yeah.
you ask me, and because I'm selfish, I take over. Like just now, you asked me, I launched into Mexico.
Yeah. So how are you, Frank?
I'm doing good, man.
Yeah,
Doing-
the same
doing all
fucking
right.
answer he just gave
Yeah.
you. So
hey,
there
Todd.
you go.
People are loving this this subplot of you hating Frank.
I don't hate Frank.
I thought it was the other way. I thought I hated Todd.
Yeah, I thought he hated me.
Maybe it's
Yeah,
a mutual thing, which is why the tension
Could
on the
be.
show you can cut with a knife.
Huh. Interesting. We'll see which hashtag trends
You
faster.
can fucking.
I like Frank hates Todd a lot.
That's awful.
I'm
good.
okay with it.
Yeah, it's funny.
I hate me too, Frank. So don't feel so fucking bad.
How are you, Todd?
I'm fucking not good.
Anything you want to get into?
Not really. I mean, look, we were talking about it a little bit before, and I was like, you know what? Don't bring that shit up on the air. And I'm pretty open, and so I'll bring it up a little bit in this sense. I don't know what's going on either with your anxiety. You know where it's come from. I'm fucking foul past fucking week or two. I don't know, midlife crisis. I'm gonna fucking my birthday, whatever it is in the air. The fucking I don't know what it is, but I'm not doing well.
Is this 49 or 50?
50.
That might be it.
It
dude.
could be, but I don't think so. I
Okay.
mean, it could, but I'm sure it has its contributions.
Have you checked if Mercury's in retrograde?
See, that's why I hate fucking Frank.
What day is your actual birthday? What day of the week? Is it Saturday, Sunday?
No,
Monday?
I think it's Monday.
Okay.
I think it's the day you guys have the show. I think so.
Monday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so I fucking got into it with someone on the street, and it wasn't. Here's the thing, and this is what I'll be honest about on the radio now: is it wasn't the usual Todd fucking being annoyed at Starbucks or someone not holding the door or, you know, fucking people who can't move to the side when they're walking down the middle of a fucking parking lot. Like, shit, it wasn't one of those. I legitimately blew up at someone to where I hurt my fucking throat and my chest screaming in the middle of the street like a fucking maniac and pounding on the hood of my car,
Of your own car.
of my own car, calling this motherfucker out. Like, and you know what? He poked me a little bit it was, you know, I'm not going to get into what it was, but he made a comment to me, but it certainly didn't warrant where I went. And
It was after
wasn't
you'd
funny.
already kind of established that you weren't in the mood.
I was way worse that day,
Right.
and I was like the peak of worsedom.
What I mean is you got poked twice in the same
Yeah,
couple
well,
minutes.
it was literally like I had some fucking horrible information come to me, and then 2 minutes later, this guy fucking nudging me,
Gotcha.
and I blew up at him so fucking bad that I hurt my throat. I hurt my chest screaming,
No,
calling him out. in front of people I see all the time, you know? And it wasn't a funny Todd hates everybody moment.
This is real shit.
Yeah. And then I fucking, got in the car and split and big fucking scene. And I was fuming about it for like a good half hour. And I talked to you at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went back and found the guy and apologized because it had nothing to do with him. And I needed to do that. So like, I might act like I fucking hate everything, but like I love myself enough to know that was going to fuck with me. And it was not fair for him to go for the rest of the day thinking whatever he was thinking about it.
It's funny you just said that. I was thinking
the response by him and his little crew of people that saw what happened and everything was so overwhelmingly awesome that it was like a human moment. So it was good in the end. But
good for you for doing it.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I've been in recovery for fucking 17 years. You know what I mean? Like, you do that. You fuck up and you know that it's all your part, you just fucking go and clean it up. So I cleaned it up.
I have a feeling that even before you got sober, I feel like you're someone who doesn't mind apologizing when it's necessary.
No, when I know I'm wrong, I've never been like that. Like, even, I guess, as a kid, like, grudgingly knowing I'm wrong and not being able to come to terms with, it's my fault, I need to apologize. But I haven't done that and then haven't gone and cleaned it up right away. I've fucking got snippy with people that deserve it and fuck them. They deserved it.
Of course.
And I've gotten snippy with people that didn't deserve it and said, hey, man, you know what? I'm sorry I just said that. I've done it right away. This was like, I had to go back and look for the person because they weren't in the same spot. You know what I mean? And approach them. And it turned out being great, but
apologies do feel very good sometimes.
Yeah.
right. Well, it was warranted, and it was just like, this guy did not deserve what I gave him. And I mean, the expletives that were coming out of my mouth.
I think we can all imagine.
Like a fucking raging maniac. My physical stance, everything was like just a fucking rabid pit bull towards this guy who did not see that coming.
Well,
but,
I'm happy. I'm happy it didn't go further than that.
Yeah, it didn't. And like I said, I was apprehensive to even talk about it tonight because it's not funny Todd getting annoyed at every fucking thing. This is a fucking real thing. And like, it was indicative of where I'm at. Like, I got to fucking slow the fuck down. So
has that helped you since then?
Maybe not funny to our listeners right now.
Has it helped you since then? Like, is it calmed you down?
Oh,
overall?
yeah. It gave me the apology part gave me perspective on other things that I'm spinning out about. There's a lot of shit. It's just, it's not one thing. Like nothing, no incident happened that triggered all that,
Is it a pile up thing? Like when it rains it pours kind of thing?
Yeah. It's a when it rains it pours thing. And like, yeah, it made me not want to come here tonight, you know? And I know you offered that, like, do you not want to? We could do it another night. I'm like, no, I'll go in. And like, it's good for me to talk about it. But again, not the most entertaining thing and funny thing for our listeners, but
I think people like to hear this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it was just,
we got plenty of funny shit to get to, so
all
don't worry
right, great.
about it.
So I don't want to fucking harp on that, but yeah, it was fucked up, and I'm fucked up right now. So let's have some fun.
Good,
because I need it.
Frank, when's the last time you yelled at somebody?
Let's see. I really can't remember. I really haven't. Oh yeah, actually, I do remember. I was driving down the street, and there was this idiot in front of me in his car.
Hey man,
and
I'm really angry.
We were both waiting to turn left, and the freaking light turns and there's the little arrow, and I'm like, all right, give him a second, because okay. 3 seconds later, I start honking, and then he kind of like moves a little bit and then stops.
Right.
And I'm like, really, dude? So he does this like 5 times. And then I kind of rev up my engine and take out my phone like I'm filming him. And he gets out of the car. And you could tell the dude was like drunk driving. And he's like, what are you doing, bro? And I'm like, you're a real piece of shit. You know that? Like, we had a little exchange. And I almost ran him over.
I'm getting hard, Frank.
Yeah.
I almost ran him over.
He yelled out the car. He's like, why don't you suck my cock?
And I almost ran him over, like swerving out of the way. But yeah, it's like, dude, there's... I try to be mindful that, just like you never know what people are dealing with on a daily basis or whatever, but it's like when somebody doesn't have that like decency to return the favor. It's
Right,
like,
right,
dude,
right.
like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. What about you? When was the last time you lost it on someone like that?
No, I haven't really lost it. Maybe on my last girlfriend. This is the last time I screamed or I hurt my throat.
Oh, wow.
Or playing video games. But last time I really yelled at a person was, I talked about it a while ago, but going through my neighborhood, and I always roll through stop signs. Like, I live in a residential neighborhood.
Right.
There's no traffic.
Right.
So I roll through a stop sign slowly.
Yeah.
Right.
And this guy behind me honks at me and, like, starts throwing the hands up and doing all this shit. And I just threw it in park, and I got out. I was like, what? Get the fuck out of your car if you have a problem. Get out of your car.
Right.
And I'm like, what's your problem? He's like, you ran a stop sign. I'm like, yes, I did. I know, but there's no kids here. I know the neighborhood. And I'm yelling this whole time. Like, mind your fucking business.
Right.
I'm not going to hurt anybody. And it felt good.
Yeah.
Even though I was technically in the wrong.
Right.
But
But
it
still,
felt good.
yeah. Like, what are you, the fucking cops? Like, get the fuck
Right.
out of here.
Like, I'm rolling through. I'm not going 40
yeah.
through a stop sign.
Yeah,
There's a difference.
You could tell that guy was like the hall monitor in school.
Oh, he was. Totally was.
Yeah.
And like rolled up the window as I'm walking up to
Yeah,
it.
those kind of things too. Like, I'll fucking, what are you, fucking 12 years old? You gonna tell on me?
Right.
Fuck you. Get back in
Write me
your
a
fucking
ticket.
car. Those things are fun to me, and I like being that guy
Mm-hmm.
at those times. But this was something different.
Right.
Not that type.
And
That
it
was something dark
I almost
and
had a
black
fucking
inside.
heart attack from the way I was acting.
Oh,
like, I could
man.
feel chest pains. You know,
Clutching your arm.
you fucking cocksucker! I'm gonna fucking kill you. Yeah.
Well, welcome back.
Oh, man.
So yeah, we need to get into some
Yeah.
fun stuff to distract my head right now.
No problem. Did you ever see the documentary Confessions of a Superhero?
No.
It's a documentary about if you've ever visited Los Angeles and been on Hollywood Boulevard,
Oh, yeah.
you'll see Superman and
Oh,
Spider-Man.
yeah. No, I
and-
did see it. I
Yeah.
did see it. And it's focused on the guy who died in the dumpster.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
Superman.
getting at.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
So
Superman.
it's focused on Superman, the Hulk, and like Spider-Man or something.
Right.
But this guy that played Superman has been on the Boulevard for like 25 years.
Yeah.
He's a fixture there.
Yeah.
He was a fixture, yeah.
And he died a few weeks ago or a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
He found in a dumpster with his like legs dangling out in one, not a dumpster, but one of those like
Collection. Yeah.
clothing drops.
Yeah.
So he was in there trying to like get clothes for himself
Right.
and got stuck and suffocated.
Yeah.
And it's just, and he was like he'd been a crack addict for a long time.
So
it's just,
What you're saying is he's not really Superman.
that's what I'm coming to realize. Is that when it came to it, he couldn't even save himself.
Another
jeez.
question. Was that dumpster made of kryptonite? Because that's the only
Oh, my
explanation.
Glowing green.
That's the only explanation.
But what a sad end to
Yeah.
a weird
Yeah,
life.
that
The,
is,
the
yeah.
documentary, by the way, is really great.
Yeah,
It's
it
called
is.
Confessions of a Superhero. But this dude, he really did look a lot like
Keanu Reeves. Yeah, you could
Christopher
say it.
Reeves.
I know you were gonna say
I
Keanu Reeves.
was.
I wouldn't mind Keanu Reeves being Superman.
He could do it.
They
Yeah.
could do it.
He could do it. Better than the last guy that did it.
Who's the last guy?
Henry Cavill. Is that who it was? No. Frank, look it up.
Yeah.
Who plays
'cause
Superman?
I don't even know who it was.
In Justice League. Just ask Siri.
Hey, Siri. Yeah, that's never gonna put down
Cool.
voice.
Um,
Hey, Siri. Here, let me just look it up.
But this guy had done a bunch of TV appearances and
yeah,
just
yeah.
what a
it was in-
sad ending.
yeah, it's horrible. It's fucking horrible.
Have you seen the guy that does Johnny Depp on Hollywood Boulevard?
The Captain Jack guy, yeah,
Really good.
Well, we did. There's one guy who played him. Dave and I did those for Spread TV. We did those
That was right.
Mr. Navarro's neighborhood when he had just moved in, and we interviewed that guy. And,
Oh, no shit.
The guy goes, I think it's the same guy, but it's the guy who plays Captain Jack. Anyway, so Dave asks him, he's like, "So are you homeless? Are you living here on the streets?" And he's like, "No, I'm not homeless." We stop and he pauses and he goes, "I'm in between places at the moment." And we're like, it was actually perfect and awesome.
That's awesome. Have you
Yeah.
ever seen that guy out of his Jack Sparrow costume?
He was out of it when we talked to him.
Was he dressed like regular Johnny Depp?
No, he wasn't dressed like regular Johnny
That's-
Depp.
I've
Okay,
seen- I've seen
that's-
him-
Maybe it's a different guy then.
I've seen him out of the Jack Sparrow, but dressed like the train hopping hobo that Johnny Depp usually dresses like.
Right.
Oh my
It's so
God.
great. Like his off-duty costume is a costume.
That's so fucking funny.
That's great.
Oh, shit.
I guess if you're gonna dress up like someone, Depp is not a bad choice.
No, he's cool. It's
Yeah.
noticeable. He has his own style.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
But he
So
really
funny.
does look like a poor dude a lot.
yeah. That's much sought after poverty look. That's what I call it.
That's
It's when
true.
people who are fucking filthy, stinking rich can't dress down enough and bummy enough.
Yep. And their outfit costs thousands.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Ripped jeans, fucking that are $8,000, and yeah.
You you guys watching anything good?
I started Narcos, the new season.
Oh, how was
Can't
that?
do it.
It's good. I love it.
Nice.
I love it.
I'm yet
Can't
to
read
start.
that much.
I like that. I like reading, and
But then I don't look at the screen. Like I don't
But
look at what's going on.
it's a training process of flash look. Like
I'm a
but,
slow reader too, so it's
I love that show, and then I'm also doing second season of Kidding with Jim Carrey.
First
which
one was
is
very
just
good.
So fucking weird and awesome. I think.
he's a very he's become, I think, a very underrated actor.
Yeah.
As he's gotten weirder and weirder, he's become a better actor.
The eccentricity
Mhm.
True.
is working to his advantage for me personally.
Mhm.
And then what else am I watching? I know that Better Call Saul started again, but I haven't seen it.
Never watched an episode.
It's long-winded, which sometimes I like, and now I'm almost at the point with it where I'm like, guys, get to the fucking chase already. But it's good
Okay.
to me.
I really want to start McMillions.
I started it. I'm on episode 2.
Tell
That's
people what
another
that's
thing.
about. What's it-
McMillions is there was a fraud in the Monopoly McDonald's
Oh yeah,
Monopoly
I
game.
heard about that. Yeah.
And the CIA gets involved, and the FBI, and all this crazy shit.
Mhm.
And
It's a
there's
6-part
it's a-
HBO doc.
It's a 6-part
Wow.
HBO doc that is very interesting, and there's like some of the FBI agents. This one in particular is a real fucking character, and it's kind of awesome to watch how douchey he is in a
Nice.
good way. The problem is that there's 6 episodes, and it could be 2.
Oh,
That's my problem
Uh-huh.
with it.
one of those.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Not a fan of that. But
yeah,
I
not
gotcha.
like, the ones where like there are 2 or 3 episodes and you're like, God damn, I wish this was a 10-part series. This is the opposite.
It's weekly, or they drop the whole thing.
No, I think it's weekly.
Ah,
Oh.
So I'm at
that's still happening.
episode 3 is coming up. Yeah. So,
can't
but I'm gonna
wait.
watch the whole thing. It's definitely worth watching and interesting. It's just I have my little
HBO and Netflix do documentaries better than anybody
Yeah.
else.
better
Hands
than
down.
anybody. Yeah.
Hands
I'm
down.
trying to think. I watch Swamp People every fucking Sunday. But I'm thinking of what else.
Have you checked out The Hunt on Amazon Prime?
Hunters.
No, it's called The
No,
Hunt.
The Hunt.
With
I know.
Pacino.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. It's
Binge watched it over the
Oh, is
You
it,
sure
weekend.
it's
is
called
it fucking
Hunters?
good?
It's just called The Hunt.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
We started watching
I
it
don't
with
know,
Genevieve,
actually.
and we just, ended up just going through the whole thing. I highly recommend it. I mean, Pacino can still bring it.
I'm gonna make the porn version of that. The cunt.
He's back,
Nice.
everybody. Todd was back, everybody.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The cunt.
The Hunt.
I don't think they would air that on Amazon. I gotta double check. Make
Oh,
sure
yeah,
you're
it's The
right.
Hunters. I'm sorry.
It is, right?
Oh,
It's just called Hunters. Fucking
Oh, it's
Cunters.
called The Hunt.
So I gotta change
in
my
this-
thing to cunters.
It's even better.
On the show, they refer it to what they're doing as The Hunt, so I apologize. Yeah,
Next
Hunters.
time we have a
And in
guest.
my porn, they would refer to what they're doing as the cunt.
There we go.
I can't wait to get Heidi back in here and play the cunt game with her.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think she'd enjoy
We
that.
have not
yeah.
played the cunt game in a long time. Let's save it for her. But
Yep.
yeah, we need to have a few installments of
Yeah.
the cunt game.
I think it would be
That's the
good-
greatest work I've ever done. It's the best thing I've ever thought of in
The
my
greatest
life.
contribution
Yeah,
to
that's it.
humanity.
80s
yeah.
songs will do.
Yeah, 80 songs, 70
Take
songs.
on cunt.
80s TV shows. That I don't want to go down that
Damn
fucking
it.
road right
I'm
now.
ready to go.
We should wait for her. It's
Okay,
always
cool.
fun when there's a newbie
Cool.
Right.
in the room with the cunt game. But
I don't
Oh,
think
man.
I don't think we've had cunts play the game either, so that'd be cool.
Oh, Jesus.
yeah, I don't know. Was Jess there when we did? I don't think so.
Maybe she had played.
Right.
Should we call her and ask her?
Fuck
People
that
ask about
cunt.
Jess all the time. Jess is doing great.
Yeah, we love Jess.
Have you seen her at all lately?
I haven't seen her in a bit, but I did talk to her recently, like a week or two ago.
She's pretty much as good as a human being could be.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. She's the polar opposite of what I am.
What we are.
Yeah, what we are.
Yeah. That's why I think at one point, I think in the beginning we talked about. Did we ever ask her if she wanted to be on this show, like as a
Yeah.
as a member?
Mhm, I did.
And she's like, no.
Yeah, she was like, no. And you want to know really what she said?
Yes.
I don't want to do radio with Dan. I said, why?
She really
she's
did,
like,
didn't she?
Yeah, she's like, because he just goes too far sometimes. And I said,
You know why that hurts me more than anything right now.
of course.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
With what's happened in the last couple of weeks.
wow, what's happened in the
I
last
told you what a conversation I had with somebody.
Oh, yeah. But, but
I'm sweating.
I don't think,
Oh man.
Oh.
I mean, and I think it all started with the fucking texting pictures of the dog in sexually compromised position.
I don't remember that.
But yeah, that's what she said. And I was like, I get it. I'm like, I get too that this is not what that was.
No, of course.
As much as, you know. So, but she loves you.
I know she does.
It's not a dig against you.
But someone recently told me that people don't love me.
Oh boy.
And that people...
Dude, people have been not telling me they don't love me for my entire life.
I was going to say, this is like probably the tree of least likable people, apparently.
No, you're super likable. You kidding me?
Yeah, Frank, you're likable. You just hate me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly it.
I had my heart broken a couple weeks ago.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
It's all right. I'm
Yeah?
bouncing back.
Good.
Yeah,
good.
You're
But
doing fine.
someone called me and told me how disliked I was by a lot of people.
Wow.
By people that I really care about.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Really?
it was a tough conversation.
Oh my. Now, was this person kind of like did they all get together? It's like, look, somebody's got to tell them. And did she like draw the short straw or something? It's like,
No.
all right, I'll make the call.
It wasn't that, and I love that you say she because it's pretty accurate. No, it was just like it was a personal issue
Okay.
that came up, and it like erupted like a volcano into a lot more than that.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah, but
And I left being like, ugh. But actually, it ended up being a great conversation.
I was just gonna say
It
that
led
because
to a
I'm
really-
privy to what it is, and like, and I don't think it's necessary to get into the personal matter of
no,
it here.
right,
at all.
no, nor would I.
But I think it's fucking great, actually, because I think it's changed now. You know what I mean?
It definitely has helped me.
Mhm.
But like at the moment, it's like,
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ. I mean, maybe I shouldn't leave my house for a
Well,
while.
you know what? It's not very far from where I'm at in this week or whatever of just information coming to me that's like, fucking what?
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, fuck, man. You know, so I can feel your pain.
Yeah. But at the same time, when I heard this information about people having issues with me, it's also nothing I would change. Like
Right.
someone said, there's like basically that there's people that stopped listening to Dark Matter because of me, and I wouldn't change that. If anything, I wouldn't do Dark Matter again if it came down to that. Like if there was that much of a problem.
Right.
But I'm not going to change myself, and that's kind of why I do this.
Right, of course.
Right.
Yeah,
Because I can be funny and do what I want.
I
And I'm
think
also we're being characters on here a little bit
Right,
too.
yeah.
And I also think this is probably the fucking realest we've ever been in all of our 13 fucking years of doing radio.
Probably.
And I also think I can't imagine there's not people that were turned off by my attitude or whatever I said or did or went too far with
But
a
at
joke.
the same
and stuff.
time,
I mean, I've had people text me like, dude, fuck you for saying that. And I'm just like, blocked, whatever. But
Right.
the power move.
yeah, like, all right, don't fucking listen.
But
And
I'll
don't
say
reach
too-
out to me to tell me that you're not going to listen. Like, just
Right.
don't anymore.
There's also people that listen to this show because they love what we
we
do.
do. Yeah,
Yeah,
And what
of
we
course.
did, like, I think we kind of do the same thing here that we did there, just more often. You know, and
right.
people enjoy hearing us for the stupid shit that we say.
Right.
So if we change that, we're also leaving other people behind.
Right,
so you
right.
just can't
Absolutely.
you can't
You
try
can't
to
fucking please everybody.
Yeah.
or anyone if you're me.
Yeah. I'm just glad someone finally told you and it didn't have to be me.
Thank you. You want to get into some funny shit?
Let's get into some funny
Did you
shit because
guys
I'm going to fucking...
hear about Spielberg's daughter?
Yes. Yeah.
Steven Spielberg's daughter, Michaela.
That's not funny shit. That's hot.
That's what I mean. So his daughter.
Stepdaughter, though, right?
I don't know. Is
Yeah,
it-
it's
I think it's an adopted daughter.
Adopted.
Yeah.
Adopted.
Oh,
there you
then
go.
he should
yeah,
be
yeah.
stoked
Yeah.
because he can finally see it legally.
It makes sense. It makes
So basically,
sense.
Steven Spielberg, in my opinion, the greatest director of my lifetime. Like if I
Right.
were on a deserted island it would be his movies that I would choose to have with me.
Gotcha.
His daughter, who is heir to, I mean, he's a multi-billionaire, is starting her career in porn.
Yes.
Right.
She's the new star of Cunt.
Great. Are you going to hire her?
I mean, Cunters. Yeah.
Cunters.
There you go.
And they're on the cunt. But, man, how...
Close Encounters of the Third Cunt.
It was
Close Encounters, dude.
It's like literally take every Spielberg movie,
Oh,
and you know they're gonna make a spoof.
Spielberg was, yeah.
E-
It's like
cunt?
cunt.
That's what I was just going to say.
Yeah.
Cunt T.
It's so good. Oh, man. Raiders of the Lost
Extra
Cunt.
Cunt.
Oh, geez.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Cunt.
Or the Cunt of Doom.
That's pretty
There you
good. That's great. As a father, how would you handle
Instead of Jaws,
cunt?
cunts.
I was trying to think of how to do it. As a father, I know, like, just imagine you had a stepdaughter. We're not talking about your real daughter.
Mm-hmm.
How do you, like, money's no issue for her.
Right.
And she comes to you and says, hey, I want to do this.
Right.
Are you supportive? What do you do? She's 19, 20. She's an adult-ish.
Right. Fuck, I don't know. I mean,
You'd fuck?
fuck. I'd fuck.
Yeah,
Well,
I
if she's
thought
my,
that's where you were going
she
to
was
go with that.
adopted.
It's
Yeah.
legal, I think.
Yeah, there's no blood relation.
No.
No, I that's hard to say because if I was to ever adopt a child or if I ever had a stepchild or, you know, in my
Or a
family,
niece or someone like
I
someone
would
close to your
treat
family.
them my whole way I am, I would treat them like my child. And even though it's not true that they're of my blood, I can never see me raising someone and separating them from my natural born children. You
It's
know
your
what I mean?
kid,
It's
yeah.
my kid. So let's just get that off the bat that I would look at them that way. I mean, fuck, I don't know what I would do. I would, especially if it's not like, fuck you, I'm doing this, but more of the way it's been played out in the media is, no, this is a decision that she went to the parents and
Right.
told them this is what I want to do. It's my desire to do so, and I know what I'm doing, and I would just be devastated, to be honest. I mean, I know too much about the porn business.
Right.
And
Did you
that
hear what she wants to
industry-
do? Did you hear what her plan is?
What's her plan? I saw the whole fucking article, but I
I
don't
believe she's planning on just doing masturbation videos.
remember. Right. Okay.
So
Yeah.
it's not like,
She's trying to help people through her masturbation videos.
is that what it is?
No,
I
that's
actually,
what I
actually didn't read the video.
No, I
didn't
read the article, and if I remember correctly, it was like she thinks she can be of service to people by doing this, and that it's okay to explore your body,
I
and
agree.
like very open about it, and her motivations. But yeah, I mean, again, for two reasons, I'm too old, meaning not age-wise, but just when I was born and grew up, the times I grew up through. Like, I was born in a time when there wasn't YouTube and YouPorn
Right.
and RedTube and all that. And the stigma was way different on what pornography was and has evolved and
Right.
and been, you know, completely blown out to the masses in a different way now. To try and relate that to someone who was born into that culture, you know, 15
Right.
years ago or whatever, and grew up with it, yeah, I would be devastated. And I know like I said, I know too much about that business and about people in that business and how that business operates and how it can chew you up and spit you out and all that, that I don't know if I would say, no, you're a fucking adult. What am I fucking supposed to do? But no, I wouldn't like it probably, or it would bother me, you know?
Right.
I
wonder-
if I got to be honest about it, you know?
I wonder if her being who she is and coming from where she comes from and she already has financial stability where maybe it could keep her from doing things just for money, where she literally can be like, this is what I'm comfortable with. I don't need this. I want to do this.
Yeah, that's what
It might keep her in a safer place.
knows?
Do you know if the porn industry has gotten more safer or more respectful as far as like casting couches and all this shit goes?
As far as the content they put out, is that what you're asking?
No, I mean about like
The ethics and
I know
the business
porn
aspect,
by
yeah.
itself is exploitative. What is the word?
Yeah, exploitative. Either way.
Is it like
You say tomato, I say go fuck yourself.
Right, same thing. Like, is it as bad as we think it is? As far as like, hey, you want to be in porn? You suck my dick.
Like, no, not. I don't. From what I've know of it, and I'm no expert, but I just been around people that do it and have been in it, and and I've covered events at it and made clips for our old shows and stuff like that. And I've been friends with a lot of
and you're a porn director,
actresses over the years. No, it's not even that aspect. I think they're all fucking safe. Like it's controlled in that way. It's the cattiness of the people involved against each other that I think is the hard part. And is it exploitative? Yeah, probably at some points. But there's also
by nature it is. But
by
I
nature
think
it is. But there's also a
empowerment.
ton. There's a ton of women that use it and get what they want, and not even in a negative way. Like I know girls that have done it and put themselves through school and are doctors now. You know what I mean? Like for real, literally, I could give you their names. You know what I mean? Or have a degree, and they just. It's not part of their lexicon to think that there was anything wrong with it, and there's not if you know what you're doing. And look at a person look at some of the top stars that do make tons of money off their websites and this and that. It's a different game. I think it's the interpersonal part of it that's dangerous more so than the business. She just got off the bus from Indiana.
That's pounds.
And you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure that still does exist, but I don't think as much as it used to.
So there's less wolves than
and I think the
used to be.
industry's so huge now, too. It's also like, what is porn? Is masturbation videos porn? And I don't mean in the literal sense of the law. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, are you in the industry, or are you just doing that out of your home with anybody could set up a camera and put together a website and set up a PayPal or Venmo or whatever.
All creative things have become. You can do it at your house. You can make records. We can do a podcast.
Yep.
You can make films at home.
It's a different world that we live in. So, and what is porn? Is it graphic sex and with or is it like what? You know what I mean? Like, and I don't mean what's the definition of porn by law, but what's the definition of porn to the individual?
Right.
She might think I'm not doing porn. I'm doing like instructional. Find out your body type videos, figure out your sexuality, your femininity, your control, like whatever.
Is that what she's going for?
No, I don't.
Just saying,
I don't know. I'm just saying there's so many variables that could be put out there.
Right.
That's like what's porn and what's not now.
Good point.
You know what I mean? I think back then when it was a small, outcast, necessary, industry of consumers who wanted that, where like it was in theaters, I remember when fucking porns came out on VHS tape, and it was like, oh my God, because it was when I was a little kid, it was like only in Times Square.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's a fucking tough question. I don't know how I would really react.
The more I think about it,
I wouldn't be stoked.
The more I think about it, the more I'd want to be supportive, as far as like, if you're doing it for the right reasons, if it makes you feel empowered and strong and all that stuff, I would want to be cool with it.
Tell me that when you have your own kids.
Or I'm trying to think if it was my sister or God forbid my mother.
I agree with you though that I would want to be supportive and probably would ultimately in the end, not to cause rift and cause you don't have a safe place anymore, you're cut off. Like, I wouldn't be that, but it would bother me for sure. But I would still try and be supportive if that's...
Right. If you had to choose can I ask something about your daughter?
Mm-hmm.
If you had to choose her to grow up to be a hardcore porn actress, but she's happy and healthy, or she's a successful lawyer, but she's a crippling alcoholic, what would you choose?
Crippling alcoholic.
No thought.
You can go to AA, honey. I've been there for fucking... I know all the people. You can get sober. No, I mean, you can't ask me that in the sense that I can't answer that. It's so easy to say I would be this way or I wouldn't be that way. And like, just even with the littlest fucking thing, having children, like the littlest issue that you asked that question 10 years before they were around and you had a solid answer on how you would be, it's all a fucking mystery how you're going to react.
But we can agree that you wouldn't choose a crippling alcoholic porn actress.
No, the worst one. Yeah, that one I definitely
boy.
wouldn't choose.
Okay, but a happy, healthy lawyer you would take.
Yeah. Well, I would take that lawyer, miserable alcoholic, hurting people, ruining people's lives
Oh my
with
God.
her shark-like attitude of
Old Todd is coming back. What about you, Frank? What do you think? What do you chime in on this?
Well, it seems that definitely like the whole porn industry has changed.
Doesn't
from,
everybody always think I cut him off? Go ahead.
Great.
I just finished actually editing that show, and yeah, I counted how many times. Anyways, but no, it's. I remember a few years back, when things were being monetized and stuff. A lot of porn actresses seem to feel that, wait a minute, how come we're not getting paid for our performances that get replayed on the internet and stuff like that? And I think that was like a huge push into this direction where like women or performers, not just women, have a little bit more control. And I think it's just made it more appealing to people. Like it seems like porn now it's like a career move. And a lot of people have used it. Like Kim Kardashian released a sex tape, and look where she is now.
Yeah. That's the thing that made
Paris
her
Hilton.
famous.
Paris Hilton, yeah. So,
It's just a different world than like that was the whole point I was trying to make. Is
The Kardashian thing is crazy. Like
Yeah.
they made one porn, and now they are an empire.
yeah,
An empire.
literally.
Yeah.
A dynasty, if you will. I mean, or a family,
because Kim did a porno, her sister is the most successful supermodel in the world.
And her other stepsister, I guess, is like a huge like makeup mogul or something.
It's pretty crazy. I wish my sister should have made porn, man.
Right. Just like take
God
one for
damn
the
it.
team. But
What a shame.
yeah, no, I think that, the times have changed, and I mean, as long as it's like a safe environment and nobody is being forced to do anything that they don't want to, it should be fine. Mind you, I'm speaking from the point of view of somebody that has no children or,
and who watches child porn.
Jesus.
We have a question that someone brought up
Not
where
really.
we mentioned
Not
that.
really.
But really.
Oh, God.
I'm kidding. No, not really. Not
No,
really.
Not at all.
We may have ruined your life.
Yeah, I think so.
And don't edit this out, even though you have the power to.
Sure.
You understand?
Yeah.
Where can people find us, Frank?
People can find us on Instagram and Twitter at Rareform Radio, also on iTunes. Please subscribe, rate us, and leave us a review. We are on YouTube, and you can find us just by searching Rareform Radio.
And Frank is editing the videos, and they look killer.
Thank you.
Good
Frank.
job.
My pleasure.
Are you hating it?
Just a reference to me apparently liking child porn, but other than that, it's all right.
I mean, you're the one that said it, dude. I mean, you did. You were forced.
You're the one that liked it.
Wow.
Don't blame us because you're fucked up, dude.
Oh,
You
boy.
understand? Kidding.
Yeah.
Kidding. Are you getting what's the word?
Hate mail?
I can't think resentful that you're doing this because you're doing so much editing to catch up.
It's not really an issue as far as like, hating it or whatever. Just sit, watch, and actually helps me just kind of like, sharpen up a little bit. Like I see, I'm like, I shouldn't say that, or I should, like,
Yeah,
that's how I do
that's
it.
a Dane. That's why I can't edit the show.
Really?
And why I've listened to you guys when I've been away a few times. Mostly the only reason is because I might call in and I want to know what's being said and talk about. I have never listened to one of our shows in all the Dark Matters, all the Rare Forms, all the Spread TVs. I've never listened because I will fucking obsess over things I should have said or shouldn't have said, or I should be like this or I shouldn't be like this. It's just got to come out of me, and then I got to leave it where it is because it's out in the universe.
Probably smart.
Yeah,
I
but
rarely,
other people
Absolutely.
do. I mean, it's like an actor who will watch their work to learn and whatever, and others that can't.
Yeah,
And I'm
for
like-
sure. It's not for everyone.
Yeah.
You kind of got to step out of yourself a little bit.
People will say, because this is why, I don't know if people know this, but Frank and Dan has done this in the past, will text me the subjects that we talked about so that I can title them on iTunes.
Todd uploads the show.
Yeah. And because once the show's over, a lot of times I don't remember what the fuck we talked about.
I never do.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm not taking notes.
So yeah, we gotta like take notes on remember this subject, remember that subject, because
Right.
I'm like, because people will make comments to me at times, which I love that people say, oh, when you said this, or, I can relate to that, or this and that. It'll get recalled when they remind me, but sometimes there's times where I'm like, oh man, hey, thanks for listening. Like, because I don't remember fucking
that
saying
at all.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. People have inside jokes with things that we've said that we don't even know that we've ever said.
Yeah.
People hate my burps, I found out too.
Let's talk real fast about the clip that you sent me about the guy who died recently.
Oh, you keep blowing the story. Yeah.
How did I blow the story?
You should tell it, and in the end, you should say that he died.
Oh boy.
Well, fuck him.
Like with the Superman story, I was going to lead to have you seen this documentary?
The guy who fucking died.
It's a great story.
Everybody dies, so it's eventually going to end with that ending. Every story will end
somehow
with the person dying.
So everyone knows what flat earthers are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Frank, what's a flat earther?
Somebody that believes that we don't live on a globe, we live on a plane.
Can you believe that shit?
Bullshit.
Did you see what happened to the guy?
Yeah. And I
did he die?
I mean, what do you play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
So this guy's like a self-proclaimed daredevil astronaut expert on shit he shouldn't be fucking with. Is what I got from
right.
It. And apparently he's pretty well known in that universe, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what happened?
How can you be an aerospace expert and be a flat earther?
Yeah.
So this dude built a rocket.
Mm-hmm.
He built it himself.
Yeah,
and
he built the rocket.
Went out in the fucking desert with a bunch of his friends and a bunch of video cameras, because he was going to launch himself into the sky, and he had cameras on this rocket, and he was going to take pictures and prove.
He wanted to touch the rim of space, this is what I read in the article. The rocket was supposed to go just to the point of where you're leaving Earth's atmosphere and hitting space, and kind of stay there for a second so he could take pictures of the Earth. Like there's no pictures taken of the Earth.
Right.
There's
own pictures.
Hundreds of thousands of pictures from there.
His own pictures.
Right.
To prove that it's a plane and it's flat and not.
So you can look on to YouTube, and this guy is he's strapped to his rocket like Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah.
And he launches into the sky, and on departure, on launch, you can see his parachute fly off.
Right.
So you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So he basically goes up.
He goes up
5,000 feet.
Yeah.
And the thing just takes a turn and just
plummets
smashes
to
into the
Earth.
ground.
Plummets to the
Just
Earth.
plummets right
to
into
the
the flat
round
Earth.
Earth.
And yes, a dude died, and yes, you should be sad, but I'm just not the least bit concerned with this guy.
Here's the thing, though, that when you're kind of perpetrating such a misinformation, if you want to call it that, it's just dude, you're not really helping anybody. Did you guys ever watch that Flat Earth documentary from
it's
Netflix?
Fucking great.
And is he in it? This
I
guy?
believe he was in it.
Is he?
Yeah, because I saw in some of the interview stuff, he's they talked about he's been in.
Yeah.
He probably won't be in the sequel.
Yeah,
I think it was
probably not.
But I
Flat
remember
Earth 2.
I stopped watching that thing about halfway when the Flat Earthers were kind of doing all the tests. Mm-hmm. And all the tests were coming back this fucking thing is round. And I was
well,
done.
that's what he said. That's what the guy said, too. He's like, hey, I might go up there. That's how he talked, too. He's like, I might go up there and see that it's round, and if it is, then it's round. But he's like, but there's a fucking mountains of evidence and pictures and
hundreds of thousands of videos and hours and NASA videos and space station videos going around the fucking thing.
Yeah.
There's real...
I've seen people that send a GoPro with a balloon up, and
dude.
I see that the thing is round. I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? I say fuck him.
I hate to say it
that's
too.
what I'm
I
at.
mean, I feel sorry for his family.
Yeah, I feel
but
bad for the
geez.
family left behind that might have loved the guy for sure, but fuck this guy.
This is not a hot take, but what is the angle? What is the point of lying about the Earth being round?
Yeah,
Like for
I
flat
don't-
Earth people, what's the gimmick? Like, what do
Right.
they think we're trying to
Yeah,
get over
what's,
on them
what's the
with our
wool
science?
that's being pulled over their eyes? Yeah.
What could it be?
I don't
Who
know.
knows? I really don't know what the win would be about
That's what I
having.
mean.
And the thing is that anybody that has traveled,
I'm not living on no round thing. Fuck that.
anybody that has traveled, it's like you travel to different parts of the world, even different parts of the country. It's like the sun is in a different position,
Yeah.
weather is different. Like there's enough
you can
evidence down here
with,
to know
with
that this shit is
physics
not
and
flat.
geometry, without even pictures, you
Right.
could prove by travel and distance and suns and setting and moons and stars. Like you could prove
Yeah,
it that way.
I saw some flat Earth motherfuckers saying that there's different suns that come up with like remote control based on where you are in the world that's run by the government
Of course.
to help you think.
Yeah, but that's Frank's page.
Oh, true. True. I didn't want to out him right now, but that's
I'm like
absolutely
actually
true.
surprised that he's not like, well, they have a few good points.
No, man. I
There's a
tried.
couple
Look,
points if you think
to be
about it.
fair, I tried.
Yeah.
I gave it a chance.
Yeah.
An honest, and you know I love all that type of
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
but
yeah.
when it's stuff that you just can't no.
When you were doing
You know,
your
if
research,
you think the Earth is flat, then go to the edge of it and walk the fuck off. For all I
Seriously.
get
care.
on a boat and,
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
sail and sail and
Yeah.
sail. If you can see if you can ever find the edge, someone will give you some kind of prize. When you were doing your research, was there any moment where you're like, oh,
Not a single
that guy's
one.
got a point?
Yeah,
It's
not
just-
with that one.
When I- if I stand on
even
top of my
Frank
building-
couldn't buy it. That's how
yeah.
fucking stupid it is.
It really is. Like
Hashtag
and-
Todd hates Frank.
And you know, I'm down with interdimensional Yetis, time traveling Bigfoot. and all
That's
that.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Yeah.
But yeah, the whole flat. And I think a lot of it just has to do with the fact that I believe people just don't realize how fucking big the planet is.
Yeah.
That's just the
Well,
truth.
that's where the interdimensional Yetis hide, is right at the edge,
Exactly.
like hanging.
They'll never find me here.
They'll never find me. Their feet dangling into
Here they
space.
come, guys. Get down,
Right.
get down, get down. Here they come.
Tuck, guys, tuck.
Hilarious.
God, that's good. Any good Yeti stories lately?
Somebody snapped a picture somewhere, but it's just the same old blurry
Have you
photo.
seen the
Yeah.
video of this orang penek? You know what that is?
I want to say I've heard
It's
the
something
term.
in like Vietnam or Indonesia or some shit. It's supposed to be these like 2 foot, 3 foot people that like supposed to live in the jungles
Right.
hundreds of thousands of years ago. And these guys literally, they got a pretty good glimpse of one on video, and it's pretty weird. I gotta send it your way.
Yeah. Please do. That
You're
sounds
gonna
super
love it.
interesting.
Like
No, I was reading.
pygmies?
No, smaller than pygmies, but it's like a little miniature man, and these guys are riding dirt bikes through a
Oompa
trail.
Loompas?
They're not
Oh,
blue.
I think
or
I've seen
purple.
it. Yeah, he runs into
With a
the
spear-
field.
yes.
Yeah. Okay, I've seen that. I think it's maybe a couple of years old. That was interesting. Yeah.
It's weird.
I forgot about
it's
it.
very, very weird. But these
Yeah.
like Vietnamese guys are riding dirt bikes, and this thing like runs in front of one of their dirt bikes, and the guy falls over, and
Right.
it picks up a spear, starts running down this dirt road, and they chase it on a dirt bike, and you can see it pretty clear. And then it like cuts into this tall grass, and they go look for it, and they can't find it. But it's
Yeah, you know what that is?
you.
Photoshop.
It's not Photoshop. It's
Oh,
good.
jeez.
It's
yeah.
interesting.
No, it was a pretty good video. Yeah, but yeah, if you have the link,
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, because that sounds interesting. But I did read an article that apparently, you know how they keep studying our DNA and stuff. Apparently in
Who?
Africa.
Oh, scientists?
Yeah.
Okay.
They have found that, as we come from like Neanderthals and all the different, scientific names. Apparently they found that people in Northern Africa have like a mysterious DNA that they don't know where it came from. So they're a bit puzzled because this is an unknown human race. So obviously a lot of people
I
are saying.
actually did hear about this, and I don't think it's as frank as we think
Oh,
it
no,
is.
it's not. But it's super
You know what I
interesting.
mean by
Sure.
that? I think like they've identified. I think either saw a clip or read an article or something where they've identified a DNA they haven't identified before.
So does that
It's
mean
not
it's a
like they're
different-
aliens or whatever. It's just like, wow, we never knew these kind of humans were here.
Right.
So
You know
is
what I
it
mean?
not quite a human?
I don't know that far. Into
Yeah,
it.
it's like a type of human.
So
I
they
guess.
have a different makeup than like you and I are obviously different races,
Right.
but they would be a different species.
they would still be human.
But a different gene
But a
pool or
different-
something
yeah,
that has been
yeah.
unidentified at this point.
Do they know? Is it a mixture of different things?
I didn't
or
get
what do you
that
got?
far.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, I didn't get that far
Yeah.
into it. I don't remember when I read
And
it.
it's a
but I've
whole
heard
bunch
that's
of.
the-
It's a whole
the- yeah.
group.
Yeah. It's a whole group. And what's
Is it a
interesting
tribe
is
or a
that
town or
Their
what?
fucking cocks are huge.
oh jeez.
Lucky
Superhuman
bastards.
cocks.
But it's also it's also like the Basque.
The DNA in their cocks is completely different
The
than
bodies
ours.
are normal, but their
Their
dicks,
dicks
are
Oh,
different.
jeez.
Dick NA.
But it's like the Basque people of Spain, which their DNA, they're actually everyone in this region is Rh negative, which is pretty rare for humanity, and that is like the highest concentration of people with Rh negative blood, and yeah, it's like they have their own language,
Which
their own
RH
writing.
stands for rock hard.
Yeah, there you
Everyone
go.
knows that. Everyone, it's a scientific thing.
But yeah, no, I mean, I always trip out on DNA. Like I read not too long ago that apparently they were able to store data in our DNA.
In our dicks?
There you go.
Wait, what?
In our dick
Frank,
DNA.
let's back up for a second.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh well, speaking of DNA, like scientists managed to, basically put information inside DNA, like if you would on a computer.
Like
You
my
can
Facebook
recode it
password?
or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
How?
You can redirect the DNA. You can recode
Right.
it. And, yeah.
Well, apparently we only understand about 30% of our DNA.
Nobody
and they,
gives a
and
fuck.
They, and they call the rest like junk DNA. But a lot of people think that, that's in that unknown parts of our DNA is where, some of our, like the people who have like really special abilities, that's where all that stuff lies.
Like
Yeah.
big dicks, that kind
Exactly.
of special ability.
I didn't know that
Actually,
was
that
an
might
ability.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah.
It's an
Interesting
ability
stuff.
because it starts off looking normal. And then when that blood gets rushing, it's
Oh,
just
man.
humongous.
And it's so black.
They're all growers, not showers.
It's just so black.
Anyway.
All right, let's get to some
Yeah.
listener questions and get the fuck out of here because I'm losing it.
Okay, we got a lot of shit today.
You have reached the voicemail box of
Rare Form Radio. Please leave a message after the tone.
Let's start with a really weird one from Roderick.
Okay.
Hello, Rare Form Radio. This is Rud from Canada. And I have a question regarding Jing O. Now,
Jerking off. I
how
think.
many times must a man J.O. to equate to one thrust into a pussy?
Pussy.
I'm wondering this
Fuck is this guy
because
talking about?
my friend asked me this question, and I didn't have an answer for him. Also, Todd, where is your old-timey style microphone that you used to have on
I still have it.
T-Radio V? Just wondering where that is, because that makes you look really cool and stuff. All right, see you guys next time.
I missed that fucking microphone, and I would put it here, but it just seems too difficult a thing to fuck with. Putting the input in, and you know what I mean?
People are asking about us having a permanent home,
Mhm.
and we're going to have a permanent home at some point. And
We're
I think,
between, what
Yeah.
did the guy say?
yeah, we're between
We're
homes.
between places at the moment.
But I think that microphone will be back at some point.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
my favorite thing, my favorite microphone. I love doing radio with it. It wasn't conducive to where we were last time. I know we weren't. I mean, we did some streaming stuff or posting stuff, but you haven't seen it because of that. But it's not the type of thing you could just plug in over there necessarily without making it a big fucking deal. So, yeah, that's my favorite microphone. I fucking hate these kind of things. And I will be back. And I know exactly where it is in my closet.
It's not
sitting
gone.
Not gone
So
and
now
never
let's-
will be.
Let's
But
get
we,
into
we
this.
gotta set it up so that it comes down from the ceiling, like those ring
Yeah,
announcers.
yeah.
Oh, let's get ready to
All
Rare
right.
Form Radio.
Yeah, we can't even say that on the air because the
Oh,
real way, because we'd
yeah.
have to pay Michael Buffer.
Apparently, yeah.
Shit. I take it back. So back to his other question. What?
Yeah, I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about. Like, first of
many-
all, I've never heard anyone refer to it as J.O.
Hello,
how many
Rare Form Radio.
How many pumps? How many jerking off pumps equate to one pussy?
Pussy thrust. Like,
Now,
I don't even know.
how
I don't
many
even know.
times must a man J.O.
Jerk off.
to equate to one thrust into a pussy?
How many times must you jerk off to equate to putting your dick in a pussy? Is that what he's asking? Like,
is he asking?
The two aren't even fucking the same thing. Like,
Is he asking how much better is it to put a dick into a pussy than to come a bunch of times jerking off?
No, I don't think that's what he's asking. I think he's asking.
We need a Canadian translator.
I think he's asking how much do you have to jerk off so that it equates having sex with an actual...
I've been trying since I was 6, so when I get there, I'll let you know.
Yeah, I don't even know how to answer the question. None. It takes none, so fuck
It takes
off.
an actual pussy to
That's
fuck
more
a pussy.
confusing than that to you say who what question, whatever the fuck. Rudd, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what you mean.
I think,
For next week,
the question needs fucking clarification.
Little more context.
Or not to be ever asked again. Those are the two choices here.
That's good too.
But I think I have an inkling that what he means is like, how long do you have to jerk off to make yourself come to equal like one thrust in that's gonna make you come or something like that. You know what I mean?
Oh.
And and again, I don't know the fucking answer. Don't really ask it again.
I mean, if I was trying to come as fast as I could having sex, I could probably do it in like 20. But if I was jerking off, it would take like, I don't know, 100 or 200. I don't know.
I could make myself come like
I'm
that.
so much more into myself than women.
Yeah.
That's a tough equation.
I know what I like.
No.
Yeah, I fucking have no idea.
You're weird, Frank. Do you understand that question?
I think I'm trying. I want to help him out
I'd
because I know
rather
he's a
take my
big supporter of the
old-timey
show.
mic and shove it up his pussy.
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 Oh man.
All right, go ahead.
We should be having phones at some point in the next few weeks, hopefully, and then this should be a good time for a phone call.
Yeah.
Here's a simple one.
Good evening, fellas. Everyone's favorite 3 albums from the 1990s.
Well, that's a tough one. Just 3? Like
Just whittle it down to 1. Let's do the shorthand on this.
I can do a few. I could do I'll go Green Day Dookie.
Really?
Love it.
That's great.
Fucking love it.
That's a great album.
Alice in Chains Dirt.
Alice in Chains
Nice.
Dirt might be on my list for sure. I fucking wore that album out.
And maybe Downward Spiral or Nirvana Nevermind.
It's hard for me because I have so many other bands that have albums that weren't that big that were just important to me that I wore out. Fishbone shit and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But like, and I'll tell you this, one of my favorite, I'll tell you my favorite 80s band and one of my favorite albums of all time is The Real Thing.
Oh, that's a good one.
But I love, like, Downward Spiral is a fucking masterpiece.
Absolutely.
Nevermind is a masterpiece, but it got really, I love it more now, decades later than I would allow myself to then because I loved it when it came out. And then when everyone started listening to it, I was like,
right.
I fucking broke the CD in half. Like, I was like, I can't listen to this because now too many jerk-offs.
Such a hard question.
Songs.
Like, I'm a 90s kid, so that's everything I love is 90s music.
Right.
Same.
So
Same.
I could probably name 100. What about, what would you say for yours?
I would have to go with 9 Inch Nails Broken.
91 or 90?
92?
No. Was it?
92.
Was
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Okay.
It was after Pretty Hate Machine.
That was 89.
Yeah, so there was like a 2 year. Anyway, I would have to say In Utero because just of the history
I like In
of
Utero
that album.
better than Nevermind
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And then when it came, it was just so much more raw. But
Oh yeah, amazing.
But-
that's like one of the hands down best drum beats.
Soundless Apprentice.
Yeah. Oh my God, Dave
Yeah.
Grohl killed that thing. And
Steve Albini. That's a great sounding record.
And I was when I found out that album that you were not getting the Steve Albini mix for decades, I was bummed out. So when they re-released it a few years ago with all the Steve Albini mixes, I was just over the moon.
Do you think it's better?
Amazing. Well, when you realize that was the vision that they had for the album, yeah, it's like, dude, I get it. Like, I get what you were trying to do. You were literally trying to move away from the Nevermind bullshit and just make a punk rock album, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing, too, is I would need a list of 90s albums to even remember how many awesome albums there were.
There were just
you know
too
what I mean?
many, man.
But the one, like I said, the one that I've listened to since the day it came out consistently throughout my life to this point, like as much as early as last week, is the real thing.
Yep,
Faith No More.
There's a lot of iconic 90s records, too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Downward Spiral, of course, Nevermind.
Right.
Yeah.
Another one that I'll mention, because it's going to lead into our next question, is the Rage Against the Machine self-titled
Right.
first one.
The band where every fucking song sounds exactly the same to me.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing too is that's the last period of making real albums like that the music industry had. I mean, early 2000s, but not like it was in the 90s.
Napster was late 90s or early 2000s?
Late 90s, I think.
Because Napster happened, and all of a sudden records have changed.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Siamese Dream is another great one.
Yeah.
That was a great album. Well, even Melancholy. I mean, for a double album, that would be
considered more the masterpiece. That's
right,
like
the
their
magnum
downward
opus for sure.
So next question.
Yeah.
Hey there. Thanks for always making me laugh. I just was wondering what you thought about the Rage Against the Machine tour that's coming up and how they're selling their tickets. I know that Tom Morello was a guest on Dark Matter, but I was just curious about what you thought about how much the ticket prices cost for regular people. So if any of your thoughts would be great. Thank you.
A thought. I do have a thought. I'd like to go first if you gentlemen don't mind. I think that the ticket prices are indicative of how every one of their songs sounds exactly the same.
Then shouldn't they be cheaper?
Yeah, they should be cheaper because everyone you're paying for one song.
But with that logic, you should buy one get one free or something.
Yeah,
because you hear how much the tickets are.
Yeah, it's like in the
hundreds and hundreds of dollars, which
to prevent scalping, or I don't understand what the reason.
No, it's the scalpers.
Tom is one of my favorite people I've ever met in this business. I would love to ask him about this someday.
Right.
But it's kind of fucked up, like especially for that band. Who
has one song that sounds exactly the same.
But the title, like Rage Against the Machine, and now they are the Machine. Like it's you're supposed to be for the people and empowering the people, and you're charging hundreds
How many
of dollars.
tickets could you buy to equal one thrust into a pussy?
That's a better question.
That makes more sense than Rod's question. But of all bands, of every band out there, to overcharge fans, that seems like the last band that you would ever pick.
But I thought Tom said that when they sold the tickets, they sold them for like a whatever, just to put a number, like $25, right? I'm sure it probably wasn't that low, but whatever, 50. He claims that it's the scalpers that have driven the prices up.
No, I misunderstood the story that it was the price was so high to prevent scalpers from getting tickets to resell is what maybe I'm misinformed.
Yeah, I don't know, but there's different ways. Like you can, like Ticketmaster has ways where when you show up to the venue, your name is on the tickets, and you have to show ID to prevent scalping. There's Louis C.K. did an arena tour with by himself and prevented scalpers. There's ways to do it, but like bottom line is, even if you're overcharging, if you're trying to fuck over scalpers, you're also really fucking over your fan base who can't afford to spend $200 to see Rage, and it's like it seems like it's so against their band like personality, their persona.
Right. So what you're saying is you should go with a pocket full of cash instead of a pocket full of shells.
Right, but you don't have any cash.
Oh my God!
It's Empty Pockets Full of Cash is the new song.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I was like everyone else, very shocked when I saw what that was. Crazy shit.
Yeah, it is. It is.
This one's for you, Todd.
Cunts Against the Machine.
Rage Against the Cunt.
Rage Against the Cunt. I was going to think about it. Yeah.
What's up, guys? This is Steve from Pittsburgh. I have a question for Todd. All the time that I've been listening to Dark Matter and Rareform Radio, I've never been clear on what it is you do for a living. Like, what do you... how do you spend your week? What do you do for a living? Are you writing? Do you go someplace? I'm curious. Love the show. Bye.
I have an idea.
What is it you do here?
I think Todd just his job is just to go look good wherever he happens to be.
Jesus, Frank.
Gay much?
Frank,
Sorry.
hashtag Frank's gay for Todd.
Yeah.
People can't say
Now
I
we
hate
see
you
where
now.
the animosity is
no,
coming from.
But,
It's
but you see,
for his undying love for my body.
now people can't say I hate you.
All right, here's the answer to that question. The answer to the question is none of your fucking business. You want to get to know me, have a conversation with me, sit me down, buy me some coffee, ask me what I fucking do for a living and what I do during my week. This isn't good enough. The 2 hours a week or however long I've been doing this of everything I give, that's not good enough. You want to know every detail about what I do during the week, where I go. You know I'm a parent. You know I do shit like that. You know I've made a fucking movie which took 7 fucking years to make. Like, what else do you want me to tell you? Like, I do a lot of stuff.
Whoa! Now I know how that guy felt yesterday. Whatever the fuck.
He shouldn't have asked this week.
That's true.
Last week I would have told him what I do.
Also, like
I do plenty. And
Todd's a man of mystery.
Yeah. You get what you get here. What do you want? What do you want me to tell you? I sit with my fucking thumb up my ass until Thursday night at 7:30.
Your thumb will be up
and
your
that's
ass.
all I do.
Yeah. 1 hour from now, thumb up your ass until next Thursday.
Yeah, that's what I do. Thanks for listening, Steve.
What a great answer.
That was good.
All right. Are you guys, as in the U.S. in general, getting panicked about the Kung Fu flu, a.k.a. the coronavirus, yet? We can't escape it in the news over here, and in Italy, it seems like a load of sporting events are having to be played behind closed doors as a precaution to stop spreading. I'm getting a little bit worried.
All right, I have two sides to it. Like, first of all, we're not in a country like in the place that it's happening in China, where I'm sure the numbers are way greater than the media is even letting on or whatever.
They're definitely downplaying it.
Yeah, they're downplaying it. But here's my thing. First of all, the coronavirus isn't a singular thing. There's tons of different types of coronaviruses. It's just that
it's like the flu.
Yeah, this particular strain is a bad one.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, just like it was H1N1 or whatever, bird flu, blah, blah, blah. More people die of actual just influenza than this coronavirus, it seems, in the span of time. And you might know more about this because I know you're into weird shit like this. But and I don't mean that. I mean that as a compliment. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. If you contract coronavirus here, I'm nervous that it becomes pandemic. I don't want everyone to get fucking sick all at once. But I also live like right down the street from Cedars-Sinai. I have great health insurance. I get sick, I'm in there. They can isolate me, and we can knock this fucking thing out.
But there's no cure yet, is there? Right?
Yeah, but we
Are there
have
ways?
great.
I mean,
great,
there is no cure for the flu.
But I mean,
in
like,
general,
right? If you get corona,
there's no cure for any flu. You have to just build up your immunities and like break your fever, basically.
So if you get corona, it's not a death sentence at the moment.
It's not a death sentence. I think it's a lot of hype.
We always get one, like the flu, the chicken flu, or what was it?
There's always some kind of flu, and it usually comes from humans fucking around with shit they shouldn't be fucking. Eating things they shouldn't be fucking eating, and
this one came from eating bats and shit.
Yeah, let's keep the food just normal for everyone.
Try a French fry or some pizza.
Have a fucking hot dog or whatever. You know what I mean? But so there's part of me that's like, it's scary that it could be everybody gets this flu because it's transmitted and am I washing my hands a little more? Am I telling my kids like make sure you fucking wash your hands at school? But am I terrified that it's going to wipe out planet Earth? Because that's how they're making it.
Right.
No. You know what I mean? And in this country, we get it and we're on it. You know what I mean? Like those people get isolated. It tries to get taken care of. The CDC came on and said it's not pandemic in this country. It could be, but it's not. And I also know other people that know more than I know in media and stuff who've said, there's probably more cases than they're letting on in the United States too. Be careful, just like you would anytime to wash your hands a lot.
Right.
Fucking don't. If someone's coughing in your fucking face, move out of the fucking way. You know. So,
Trump,
I don't know.
Trump said on the news, I'm not criticizing Trump right now. I could, but he said there's 15 cases in the U.S., but he's not counting the 65 people that are quarantined with it. Or there's 15 people that are like hospitalized with it or some shit.
Yeah, you have to be quarantined until they cut the quarantine when your fever has broken without the use of fever-reducing drugs. That's when you're safe to be in public.
Okay.
So that's, could be a week, could be 10 days. You all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The coronavirus is fucking with me. Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's the one thing that people are misled about is this isn't just the coronavirus. There's hundreds of different coronaviruses that have been around forever. This is a new mutation.
Yeah, there's Corona Light. There's
Corona. This is Corona Lime.
Oh, I was hoping we wouldn't make the beer jokes, guys. We're better than that.
I get the coronavirus. I stick a lime up my ass. I shake myself upside down like this once. I'm good.
We're better than that.
I have coronavirus, but I taste delicious.
Oh, my God.
Damn it. Sub question for Dan. Is there a sporting event you would risk contracting a deadly virus in order to attend? If so, what? And how do you draw the line between qualities and what? I would probably risk like Game 7 of a World Series if my team was in it.
To contract some deadly disease? Is that the question?
Yeah.
Game 7? But you've been to a Game 7.
No, I haven't. I've been to a Game 5, which is the clincher, but a Game 7 is like, there's nothing more exciting in sports than a Game 7. Winner take all. Someone loses tonight, someone wins.
Sports. Child's play.
All right, we'll move on.
Children watching sports. Grown men acting like children.
Frank's going to hate this question. What is your go-to porn category? My guesses for each of you would be Todd, Asian, Dan, hairy vintage, Frank, obviously, kitty.
That's awful.
Frank, I'm so sorry this has become who you like. Todd's the angry one, I'm the racist, and you're a pedophile.
Apparently, even though I'm not.
But the funniest one is he's the least like his category.
I guess. Kitty porn. You got mine right. Hairy vintage. But I've also gone into, there's a new one I got into recently. I don't know how the fuck I got into it. I don't want to talk about it.
Go ahead. No, you got to talk about it now.
It's so weird. It's so specific. You go first.
Wow,
Mine varies because I dip so in and out of porn. Like I haven't watched porn in a really long time.
Really?
Like maybe
the longest. Are you fucking a lot, or you just use your imagination, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, my wife and I are very active. If that's but that usually that has nothing to do with my amount of porn that I watch because
that has everything to do with
I can
mine.
get laid and want to watch porn right after, or vice versa.
Right.
I'm just in this. Nothing's exciting me porn wise, and I don't really have time. Because of all the things I don't let every fan know that I do during the week.
What are you doing, Todd?
Yeah. So I don't have a lot of time lately. I'm working on a multitude of things that's no one else's business.
Full-time apology tour.
I haven't been in the porn mode for probably the longest in a long time.
In the last 10 years, what are your go-to, like, what are you looking at?
That's the thing is, like, I kind of just open up YouPorn, YouTube, RedTube, or one of those pages, and I just start scrolling down and clicking on whatever looks good
whatever
in the
thumbnail works.
Yeah. So, like, I don't, there's not like a go-to that I have. I like vintage porn for fucking, because the women look real.
Yep.
Like those are going to be the women I'm banging, not this hot. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't like the porn star look at all.
I don't like the porn star look either. I like natural looking. But so I've dipped my toe into your world many times.
Wait, what's my world?
The vintagey looking.
Yep.
I've watched Asian porn, but like I'm married to an Asian.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, let me see what other fucking women that look all exactly the same are like.
That's great. Frank, what about you?
He likes the kind with cock.
Yeah, there you go.
Young cock.
I think I just kind of stick to like whatever's on the hot page of whatever website I visit. I don't particularly zero in on anything in particular.
When you're on like Reader's Digest, whatever the hot thing is.
Yeah, like I judge I judge videos by their thumbnail, I would say. Yeah, and that looks like something interesting.
So what's
is gonna
something
happen
like
there.
what's something that you'll never look at? Like I will never watch lesbians. I have no interest in lesbians.
Me too. I've never had any lesbian interest.
I will skip those. Yeah.
Okay.
Genevieve will want to watch them.
I really don't
Straight
like
sex.
trans.
I
don't
need
like
dicks in my porn.
but not when it's only dicks. Like when there's like trans.
I don't like
men
gangbang
and-
shit. I like one man woman. That's
Right,
I'm
Man to
traditional.
women sometimes.
Even that is like it's too novelty. Like it's too much. Like I need, you know what I mean?
There's some good parts, dude. Some really good stuff.
You know, you got to remember too, and then you guys should be old enough for this too. But like, I was catching glimpses of fucking National Geographics when I was 5 years old,
Dude,
and then it progressed to Playboys, and then it progressed to Penthouses. Like I had the natural progression of a porn life.
Well, you
know what I mean?
skipped right over the Sports Illustrated swimsuit
Yeah,
edition.
But I need a bare titty.
Yeah.
I need
Oh,
to have
really?
a.
You needed to have actual nudity?
I need
I didn't
nipples.
care if it
okay.
was fucking plate-lipped, like fucking neck rings. Like as long as there was a nipple in there,
Pontoon titties.
I was all about it.
Oh,
Yep.
my God.
And then
100%.
and then the Hustler, and then VHS porn came out, and 70s porn, and blah 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 blah. But I really don't have a go-to category like many people do.
Mhm.
I realize that it's kind of the headspace that I'm in that little period. Because when I do watch porn, I'll obsessively watch it for like a couple of weeks, like each night. I'm going to do a little porn tonight. I'm going to do a little porn tonight. I just haven't had one of those periods in a long time. And with kids in the house, it's like not as easy to fucking, I could put on headphones and go into a room and lock the door. But like, it's too much for me.
Dude, I'm by myself from like 7 to 7 every day.
Yeah,
And then my wife goes
maybe-
to bed at 10 and I'm up till 3 in the morning.
Yeah, maybe if I live like that too, I might more. You know what I mean?
I've jerked off 4 times in the last 24 hours.
Right. I've done that before, and I used to do it a lot, but I'm fucking old, as you know, as we see on Monday. I'm fucking old.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank
That's
you.
exciting.
Happy birthday.
For your birthday,
It's
I'll tell
not
you.
exciting
I'll
at
tell
all.
you the new porn I've been watching, and I don't know why.
Go
It's
ahead.
so
Go
so
ahead. You got it,
specific
so
and so
just
weird.
say
I
it.
will. I don't even know how I came to this, but like it's guys. That's it. Just, no. It's guys slipping a condom off during the act.
Like sneaky, like
Yes.
oh
my
man.
God.
What the fuck? I don't even know where that came
Do you
from.
come when they make the switch?
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
like not long after. Like I'll ride along with it. Like okay, it's coming at some point, and it comes
sure
off,
is.
and it's like a little sneaky little move.
That's such a fucking weird niche
Yeah, that-
of like
That's what I don't know what's wrong with me.
like deceiving protection porn.
Yeah, like what do you call that?
Deceiving protection porn. I know you think
write
this
it down.
is
Write it down.
I
Frank.
know you think this is safe, honey. But I'm gonna fuck
I'm gonna
you
fuck
with
you
my
over.
dirty dick in about 30
Yep.
seconds.
I know you thought I wasn't going to give you a baby, but
Or
here it
AIDS. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not even thinking baby at that point.
Do we know a therapist?
Yeah, I know a few. I was at one today.
I just want to go in for one meeting and just say, hey, I'm into this
What's
new.
this about?
What is that?
Yeah, serious.
Do I want to? I don't.
Oh my
Frank,
god,
what do
that's
you
fucking
think
hilarious.
that means about me? And be honest,
man.
I'm like not joke time. Like if you just met me and the first thing I said to you, hey man, I'm Dan. I have a thing where I like watching porn where guys slip off condoms and then fuck a girl.
To unknowingly, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But today I watched one and the
man.
girl was like she had a sleep mask on.
Right.
So she couldn't see it, so he slips it off and he's like waving in front of her face,
Oh my god.
like taunting her.
Oh god. Yeah, you're
What-
fucked up. I don't think I could do radio with you anymore, bro.
I think that person that called me the other week was right.
That's a tough one. Yeah.
What do you think?
I
You're a
really-
smart dude. What do you take away from that?
It's a little scary.
Yeah, is it the danger
Yeah, like-
involved? Or is it, here's the question. Is it the danger involved of what could happen?
Right.
Or is it the deviousness of
I think it's
fucking
that.
someone over that like trusted you and they put their sexual life in your hands under a guise of this is okay because it's protected.
I'm getting dizzy.
It's the deviousness that you're getting off on.
You're probably right. It's like a weird. Like I've never had rape fantasies or that kind of shit. But like maybe this is like a subgenre.
This is fucking worse than rape.
This is pretty bad.
You can't say that to me.
It's almost worse, dude. Like, at least the rape victim knows they're getting raped. The person has no idea.
Frank, you might have to get me in touch with your kitty porn guy so I can get off of this.
God.
I can get off of this.
Wean yourself off with kitty porn.
I have no idea. I mean,
oh my God.
It just, it's
no.
a bit,
Yeah, you're fucked,
pretty bad.
dude.
Pretty bad.
So we should probably wrap it up. I mean,
I don't think we're going to pinnacle that. That was the pinnacle right there.
Okay.
Devious.
Yeah, that was unexpected. That was unexpected.
This is, I don't know. I think Todd and I can definitely agree. I don't know why we say some of the stuff that we do on here. I don't know why I'm so honest.
Yeah. I'm fucking still in my head that I was like all real in the beginning.
That was a good show.
You know what I mean?
I just ruined it. Let's end with one more question.
Okay.
Discussion topic for...
Give me one question, and then in the middle, slip in a different question.
Fuck you.
Oh, my God.
There was a New Zealand transgender weightlifter named Laurel Hubbard who clinched 2 gold medals competing against women, obliterated the female field. What are your thoughts? I will go first if you want.
Go ahead.
I am all for trans rights. Be what you want to be who you want to identify as. But I really don't think that you should compete against the sex that you were not born as. Like if you were born a man, I don't think you should be able to be like, I'm a woman now. Yeah, I lost my dick too, but I'm going to compete because it just seems like a ridiculous advantage.
Well, here's the solution. You have men's category, you have women's category, you have trans category.
Yeah.
That's the only way to do it because otherwise, then just let men and women and trans and everyone compete the same in the same category. And like, men might win physical things a little more. Women might win intellectual contests a little more. Whatever.
And some women would win physically too.
And
of
some
course.
women would win physically too. Yeah, but I
would say almost 9 times out of 10
thing because
trans women would beat the shit out of born natural women every time.
Right. There is something that reeks the scales are tipped in a way. But like if they want to do whatever they want to do and identify however they want to identify, I have no problem with that. But if you're going to identify, if we're going to identify categories, men, women, then there has to be a third category.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But then would it be trans men and trans women
that's
all competing against each other?
And that's the thing is like, well, I don't identify as trans or I'm a woman. I'm not a man. I'm how you feel inside is sometimes different than your physiology. And that's the dilemma. That's the problem the plight that they have, which I totally feel for. It
must be brutal.
I do not believe that it's like some psychological thing that happened. I believe that there are people who are born in one sex body that have a different brain or a different, whatever it is, the DNA, that it's not matching.
Right.
I believe that.
100%.
So, with that being said, yeah, there's something that just reeks of unfairness to everyone, not just them, but everyone in the situation. So, have a category. Is it trans men? Is it trans women? Is it men? Is it women? Do trans men only compete with men and women?
That's what I mean.
Right.
Or do trans men only compete against trans men? Or
Or trans women who were men only competing. It's too fucked up to even go down the road.
I don't envy the people that have to decide these things.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what the legal shit is, but like if you're gonna have, I guess they'd be trans women who were born men, right?
Right.
That's right.
Right.
Trans women competing against women in physical feats are just like, it just doesn't seem like that should be allowed.
Yeah, I mean,
like if you're a naturally born woman who has trained your whole life to compete in the Olympics for weightlifting, and you are the best in your field, and you're off to the Olympics, and now there's a 260-pound woman who had a dick a month ago, who just blows you out of the water. It's like, well, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to tackle these things in today's fucking society without, you can't say that, or how could you think that? But that's what you think. You know what I mean? Like, what do you want me to tell you?
Yeah. So,
but that's
I don't know.
not for us to decide.
Nope.
That's for the committees that hold these fucking things to decide, thank God.
Yeah, I was going to say, thank God.
Because I say, you could do whatever you want. And if someone tells you can't, well, that's for you to fucking fight for and deal with and prove or whatever. But, you asked me my opinion,
it's
without any malice or anything involved, like just, logic. You know what I mean? What do you want me to tell you?
Frank, last word.
I saw in the news that apparently, I want to say that it was like a high school, like a female player made it to the boys' varsity team or something. Obviously, this had never happened before.
Basketball or wrestling?
Yeah,
or
it was. I believe it was like basketball or football or one of those sports, like team sports. And the thing is that, I mean, on the one hand, I believe that, hey, if you can do it and you're the best at it, I don't care if you're a guy, a woman, or in between. Like, I'm going to want you on my team. I want to have a winning team. So there's that aspect of it. But then I understand the whole issue of like fairness, and I'm going to have to echo you guys' sentiment that I'm glad I don't have to make those decisions. But if I were, my first thought was to do kind of what Todd suggested. And it's like, hey, maybe, have a category where there is a little bit more fairness.
If there is, too, wouldn't you want to be the best at the things that are wouldn't you want to be the top tier in everybody who's your equal?
Right. In your category.
In your category.
Right. In your field.
It's like, in wrestling or whatever it is, you're in a weight class.
Yep.
Right. They don't let a 200-pound guy
boxing,
wrestle 100.
Same thing,
boxing, whatever. Like, maybe it should be a weight class thing, or maybe there's a way to tailor it so that it's not offensive to anyone. But here's the rules. Here's your weight class, or here's your thing.
Right.
Maybe it's not a gender thing. I don't know. But
or if there's a different factor, like if you're a trans woman and you have to carry more weight or do a different.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So who knows? But then look, when I was a kid, there was a girl that played on a soccer team. That was a year younger than me, but and she's fucking awesome. And she played on the boys' team, and why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's coming from a different angle. Like, she's got to work harder, is what you think. But she was naturally talented to do it, and was better than most of the fucking dudes.
Right. It's like female firefighters.
Yeah.
You
gotta
prove yourself or whatever. But
it's a fucking weird.
It's a shame it's a thing, but it's a thing.
Yeah. Anyway, let's fucking wrap it up. I'm done.
All right. Todd, you did great tonight.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I hope you find inner peace.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Frank, you want to give us again where everybody can find everybody? Yeah.
Yeah, find us on Instagram and Twitter at Rareform Radio, also on iTunes. And please subscribe, rate us, and leave us a review. We're also on YouTube, and you can find us by searching Rareform Radio.
Merch coming soon.
And merch coming soon.
Okay, cool.
Got some ideas.
All right, thank you, Frank.
Thank you, Todd.
See, I went to him first because everybody's fucking...
Just end with him.
Everybody wants me to fucking include Frank. What do you do for a living? Everything about you.
Thank Frank and Frank only, and we'll end it on that.
Okay, thank you very much for being here tonight, Frank.
Oh, well, thank you, Todd, for making it tonight.
Thanks for everybody.
The way you did.
You've ruined it, Frank. What? We're ending on thanking you.
Oh, okay.
So he's going to thank you, and then you just
Thanks, everybody, for listening tonight. And thank you most of all to Frank.
This is Lola, and I'm here to tell the world to stop being such pussies and listen to Rare Form Radio.